Because what I'm trying to say here is this constructor, whenever, so remember one thing, whenever you have created a constructor in a class, right, and you are trying to create an object, this function will get executed automatically. You do not have to specify this name. Earlier when we created a function, we used to call the name of the function, right, and we used to give the let's say some property here. We used to call the function name explicitly, but because it's a special function, it's a constructor, whenever you are creating the instance or object of the class, this function gets automatically created. So what is happening right now is, whenever I'm creating a dog test with this with the object of this class, with the object of dog class, what is happening is this is calling this, and whenever this is calling this, it is telling, oh, you have not defined name one and age one. Okay. Now you might say, we are only giving, I mean, why it is saying only for two elements? We have not defined the value of self also, right? Because self, we do not have to define self. Self is automatically associated with this dog class. You will never have to define self. If you might say, okay, no, I will define self also. So let's say define, let's do one thing, let's define self. Okay, so name could be, let's say Tommy, and let's say the age is 4. Okay, now you have explicitly defined the self, although it's not needed. Ideally it should not be there. So now if I run this, right, you see it is telling, taking 3 positional arguments but 4 were given. So what it is telling, I already have a value of self. Why you are giving 3 arguments here? You only have to give 2. Okay, you only have to give 2. So if I give only 2, right, see what is telling, takes 3 position argument, it takes 3, but you have given, but 4 were given. It's telling you are giving 4. Why it is telling you have given 4? Because self is already there, you just have to give the 2 elements, that's it. If I run it now, you see there are no errors. So now if I print dog test, so I created a dog test variable successfully, right? So now dog test, we earlier created dog1 variable successfully with this format. Now dog test will also have properties, right? So what are the properties of dog? Dog also has age and name property. In the similar fashion, I can create as many as I just have to change here 3, 4, as many as variables I want. Maybe its name is buddy1, its name is buddy2, its name is buddy3, its name is buddy4. That's it. Maybe, okay, maybe these are, so all these variables will be auto assigned with these values because of this constructor. Okay, all of them will be called. So if I see dir for dog, for name and age are assigned. So you might say, let's try to like this. So remember, whenever you have to print these variables, right, you have to use self dot name. Okay, so self dot name age is self dot age. Okay, so when I will create yeah, when I will create these objects, now I said, right, this function will automatically get called. Now let's see what will happen. I'm running this. Okay, You see, this function got automatically called. Name is Tommy, age is 4. Name is buddy1, age is 3. Name is buddy2, this. Name is this. Name is this. You saw? Automatically this function was called. And these particular values like name and age was automatically assigned to this class variables. Okay. So I want you to understand this now. I'm opening platform for you to ask questions in case you have any doubts. Okay, because initially this might be little bit tricky, but that's how oops object oriented programming works. Yeah, anybody has any doubts or you want me to repeat anything? But don't worry, this might not be used extensively in our projects, but you should know, or you should know the idea of object oriented programming and how object oriented programming works from interview point of view also.
So class have any constructor here also?
Which class? Here
Doc
I'm
class.
creating a custom constructor. By default also class will have a constructor property. You see here, this init.init. So if I go with our first example, in this example, whenever I'm creating variables, right, audi and bfw, I haven't created any constructor here. Okay, but by default it has a it has by default it has a property of constructor. If you see here, with dir we check the properties of the object, right? So by default, whenever you create it an object, it will have a constructor property. We are just customizing it. It's like whenever I'm going to the showroom and purchasing a car, by default it will have a certain color. It could be red, it could be black, but I can customize it, right? I can tell the salesman, oh no, I do not want a black, I want a white car. So that is what we are doing it. We are just customizing this inbuilt function. This is a constructor. We are customizing those properties. I want a particular music system. I want power windows. Okay. I want I mean, maybe a power steering drive. I want something. I want stars on my deck of the car. So that is what we are customizing it here. Whenever the dog class is constructing, whenever an object is constructing, I want a particular dog with a particular age. If I take an example with this, um, I mean, are you able to understand now, or like anybody else has any doubts? Because it's important to understand this. Okay, all good. Okay, okay. Let's move forward. Yeah, this is just an another example. So if I do not use this, right, I'm removing the print, and just let me just comment this out also. So, oh, so now if I create a variable which is called as a dog2, oh, dog2 is already there. Let me remove this. So if I create a variable called dog2 and the dog name is Lucy and the age is 4, okay, I'm using this class. So if I want, if now I want to print the name, what will be the name? Name is Lucy and the age will be 4. Why it will be Lucy and 4? Because whenever I create an object like this for a given class, then these values will go here, the age will go here, this will assign to my object. Which object? This object. And if I print, I will get these values. Okay, so I created a blueprint. Initially, what I told in classes, I have created a blueprint.
Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed our session at LWP Labs. For more videos like this, you can subscribe to our channel and contact the number for live classes. The future is now with AI.